we curate our lives around this perceived sense of perfection because we get rewarded in these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake, brittle popularity that's short-term and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you did it. Because then it forces you into this vicious cycle where you're like, what's the next thing I need to do now? Because I need it back. Think about that compounded by 2 billion people. And then think about how people react then to the perceptions of others. It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, so that's a tough one for a lot of people to hear. Not a lot of people want to hear that they're addicted to something, especially being social media, especially since anyone and everyone out there has a device like this, or their laptop, or their iPad. Are you addicted? What is your screen time? A lot of these iPhones and iPads and Androids tell you your screen time and how long you've been looking at your phone, or how long your phone's been open. In my case, my phone stays open because I just have podcasts running in the background throughout the day. So my screen time, I guess you would say, is about 5 hours. That's 5 hours of my life wasted. It robbed that time from me. Now, I'm not necessarily as bad as other people that I know, or for the fact that this device can rob you of that time in other ways, of the fact that if you're putting up a photo, that's what's crazy. I've seen so many people in the industry, whether it be bike riding, skateboarding, even car guys, they'll end up putting up a photo and taking it down within minutes because it didn't get the likes that they thought that it should have. Basically like comparing themselves to other people. You know, comparison is like the biggest thief of joy there is. So if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're robbing yourself of that joy of being the person you are. I know this video kind of isn't your actual everyday video from me where you have a BMX session or something like that. I just wanted to address this because everybody's living in the moment of others and not their own. So since we're on the topic of joy, what kind of bothered me is since I was on Facebook that same day where I was looking through, just seeing what my friends are up to, I want to see like the joyful photos of their family at the beach on their last vacation before fall and winter. And I see all these posts where people are just trying to out each other. That's where we're really doing each other wrong. Just because you have a difference of opinion doesn't mean or even give you the right to try to destroy somebody's life. Like somebody's livelihood. If somebody disagrees with you, just disagree with them. I mean, you don't have to go after their livelihood. You don't have to put them on blast on Facebook saying, oh, don't buy anything from their business. Oh, let's get them fired from the company they've been working for 10 years. Let's ruin their livelihood. Think about that. So a lot of you guys always ask me, Mike, what do you do for a living outside of YouTube? You'll never know because I'm a pretty private person. And I actually encourage everyone out there to try to take a little bit of privacy and instill that in their life. Now, before we go to Home Depot, if there's anything you take from this video, take this little bit of advice from me because I've been where you are. If you're having issues where you're looking for validation from people, especially the wrong people, that's the thing. There used to be a time where I actually cared what a lot of people thought. And I was also soughting after the validation of people that I knew didn't like me. And that was the problem. Once I got over that and I actually got a thicker skin, I quickly realized that those people were actually hurting inside, and that's the reason why they try to put you down, whether it be on the internet or no matter what it might be. But if you can take anything from this portion of the video before we get to Home Depot, let it be don't look for that validation in all the wrong places. All right, you're gonna have to grow a thick skin. I do encourage you to watch this documentary, but don't look at it with a biased eye because there are kind of twists and turns in the documentary that kind of make you think one thing when actually all you should really do is take away from it is putting your phone down and getting away from social media for at least a day. I encourage you to just drop it all in a week. If that means don't watch any YouTube and don't watch any of my content or anyone else's, I highly encourage it, and that's how much I care about you. So let's get to Home Depot. We're gonna grab some paint stripper and strip my bike because tomorrow's video is gonna be the big reveal for the paint color, and the person I picked will be getting a brand new helmet shipped out to them. So before we get started, paint strippers. I got 3 cans of this stuff. Premium paint epoxy remover, 15 minutes fast. I mean, I feel like you can get this at any Lowe's, Home Depot, hardware store. Pretty sure they're like $6 a can. So I got 3 of them. A little overkill maybe for this project, but I'd rather have too much than too little. But you have to protect your hands, all right guys? Gloves. These gloves will come in handy. Hopefully I don't get anything on them because they do this will burn through the gloves and get to your skin. Burns pretty bad. But before we get to that, we gotta take the bike apart. So, 2 sets of ratchets and some Allen keys will do the job. Alright, that was the quickest teardown you probably ever saw in your entire life. So, right now I'm going to cut these grips off. The only reason why I'm cutting them off is because I spray paint my grips on so that they never come off. That way I don't get any throttle grips. So I'm going to cut these grips off, prep this frame, fork, and bar, and all I do there is just kind of wipe it clean, and then I'm going to spray the stuff on there and let it do its work. Alright, guys, you see me down here? I'm right here. After you get all prepped, like taking off the stickers, rubbing off the grease, that's when you just let it loose. So, one can. What this will do is it will compound with the spray paints I've already put on there, and it'll end up bubbling up all of this to the surface, so basically at the end of the day we can just wipe it right off. Oh my god, I just forgot. Now we're back. Now we're good. Let's hit these bars. I only got one glove on because I don't think I'm going to be getting it on the other hand, but should be good. And I'm going to hit this a few times, so I'm going to let it do its bubbling to the surface, do its thing, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit it again until all this is ready to just drip off and be done. Alright, so let's see how we're looking now. I usually use these caps here. This will help me kind of see how far I am on the metal. Oh yeah, this is working pretty good. So flip the frame over, and I'm gonna hit it with this one. By the way, if you guys like this type of content where I'm just kind of doing a video that's not like your average video, but basically I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants, if that makes any sense to you guys. And yeah, just try to mix it up a little bit. So let me know in the comments, drop a like if you're liking this type of video, and I'll be making some more videos this week. So when I did the bars, when I painted them last time, they actually were already black. So I don't know if that's gonna pull off all the black powder coat, but that is pulling off all the previous color that I had on there. And yeah, it's looking pretty nasty, but it's doing its job. Get all this paint off here, clean it up, and prep it for tomorrow's paint. By the way, I've been filming these videos like the day of. So right now you guys are watching it no more than like 40 minutes after I just got done doing this. I like doing it like that. I think it just makes it more organic and not as planned and thought out, and I kind of just can not really be as hard on myself with the filming and editing process. I just put it out as is. I don't really overthink the filming and editing process because I kind of get in my own head with that, because I know I have a vision of how I want things to look. And this is when you got to take off your gloves, because it already has been eating away at the inside. So gotta swap out the gloves every so often, because you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but they're like rippling up because that paint stripper is doing its thing on the latex as well. So in the meantime, I want you guys to comment below right now what color you guys think I actually went with out of all the comments on my previous video where I had you guys guessing. And the winner's already been picked because I already got the paint, but just curious on what your guys' thoughts are. If you guys think I picked yours, and if I did, and you're gonna be extremely stoked. Alright, so the next step is getting a damp cloth. I'd say get about 4 of them. You want to wring them out pretty good, but damp enough that you can actually get the gunk off your frame, fork, and handlebar. I use about 4. You might use a little bit more, depending on how thick your actual paint was beforehand and how hard it is for you to be able to get it off. I'm not going to go through that process right now because I want to get this video done, edit it up, and out to you guys so that tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to prep this. Get it all set up, and I'm going to show you guys the paint scheme I ended up going with and who's going to be winning that new 888 helmet. So tune back in tomorrow for another video and let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this video. If you guys are newer on my channel, consider subscribing. I do videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Thursday. I'm all over the place. So with that being said, if you like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.